watch around me. So let's get started. So I brought a pillow. If any of you, when you're lying down on your mat, if your neck buckles, meaning that your gaze is behind you and you get this tension in your neck, I just want you to have a pillow so you can put it underneath your head to bring your head in a neutral position. And the only time we'll be getting rid of it is when we're doing our bridge work. I'm going to come a little closer. All right. So we all good? Okay. So if you're all sitting down, come on up. And I'm just going to get us into our breath. Okay. Good morning, Mark and Judy. Now we're going to take our hands and we're going to place our hands just onto our belly. So you just want to have your fingertips touching. And we're just going to get in touch with the breath. So take a nice big breath into your belly. Let your hands come apart so your belly will push out. And then as you exhale, pull your belly in, but don't change the curve of your spine. Okay, we want to get connected with our deep abdominal muscle. This is our inner girdle. So again, take a breath in, let your belly rise. Morning, Jody. And now as you exhale, pull the belly in. And I want you to start pulling in and up toward the rib cage. Okay? I want you to start feeling a connection across the belly. So we breathe in, belly rises into the hands or expands, and then exhale, we pull the belly in. Okay, so now we're going to keep the belly pulled in. Now I want you to take your hands to your rib cage. And now when you breathe into your hands here. Feel the ribs expand sideways. As you exhale, pull the belly in and up. So what we're doing, when we pull our belly in and keep it pulled in, we're stopping the diaphragm from moving. And when we stop the diaphragm from moving, it's still going to expand as we breathe in. Good morning, Lauren. So the rib cage is going to expand sideways. Okay? So as we inhale, we expand the ribs, and now as you exhale, you're going to pull the belly in and up. So this doesn't move anymore. We want to keep this strong, and then the diaphragm is going to expand sideways instead of going up and down, and then exhale. So we inhale through the nose and we exhale through the mouth. So let's do that again. Nice big breath in. And then exhale. Good morning. A couple more times. Breathe in. Exhale. So you should start to feel a little bit of tightness going on in your belly all the way up. Last one. We'll breathe in. And then we'll exhale. Awesome. So this is what I want you to start to feel, is that connection into the belly. Okay, so now we're going to do a roll down. So our feet are hip width apart. We're going to stand nice and tall. I want you to imagine that there's a wall here, and as you inhale, you're going to tip your head over and you're going to look over that wall, and as you exhale, you're going to roll your spine down, but we've got the abdominals engaged. You're going to round your upper back, let your arms come through the wall, and just roll your spine down all the way, feeling the weight underneath the balls of the feet and your heels. Awesome. Now take a big breath in there. Feel those ribs expand sideways, and as you exhale, start to stack your spine one vertebra at a time and come back up to standing. So when our rib cage is sitting over top of our hip bones, we are in our neutral spine in a standing position. So to make sure our pelvis is there, grab your hips. I want you to imagine that your pelvis is a bowl of water. Okay, so we're going to tip the water out the front. And now we're going to tip the water out the back. And now we're going to bring the bowl to a position where the water is staying in the bowl. Okay? Where your hip bones are in alignment with your pubic bone. And we've got our pelvis in its right anatomical position. And then we want to make sure the ribs are sitting over top of the hips. There's no tightness in the bum. There shouldn't be any crazy tightness in the back. Some of you, if you're used to having your pelvis tilted forward, you might feel a little bit of a release there. Okay, so now this is our neutral spine. Let's take a breath in and lengthen the neck. Exhale, look over the wall and roll your spine down one vertebra at a time, all the way, as far as you can go. Awesome, take a breath in, and as you exhale, pull the belly in and roll back up. Good morning, Tracy. Thank you for joining us. Good, all the way. Excellent. Let's do that one more time. So once we're standing and we've got our neutral again, we inhale, lengthen. Exhale, engage, roll your spine down. So we want to make sure the knees are soft, that we're not hyperextending them, that our weight's in our heels. Try to keep your hips over top of your heels. Hold there while you take a big breath in, and then exhale, roll your spine back up, one vertebra at a time. Perfect. All right, let's do our little tree flow. We're gonna raise the arms up, pull the shoulders down. We're gonna lean to one side. Just feel that wonderful stretch down the side of your body. And then inhale, float the arms back up. And then as you exhale, go to the other side. Good. Inhale, we're gonna come back up. You're gonna take one arm behind you, reach the other arm forward, raise the arms up. Good morning, Rosa. And as we exhale, we're gonna go the other way. Inhale, raise the arms up. And then exhale, we're gonna release down. Awesome. Okay, so we're gonna come down onto our mat. Good morning, Franz. I'm just gonna grab a tissue. It seems every time I teach, my nose runs. I'm not really sure what that's all about. Okay, so come on down onto the mat. We're going to lie down, and again, if you need something under your head, please put it there. So, your feet are hip width apart, and you're gonna roll down onto your mat. So now we're just gonna go through the warm-ups. Now remember, I talked earlier about your hip bones and your pubic bone being on the same plane. If you're not sure where your neutral is lying down, tip your lower back to the floor, make a triangle, place your triangle on your pelvis, and now tip your pelvis so that your fingers and thumbs are on that same horizontal plane, and your lower back will be off the floor. So this might feel very strange to some of you. If you've got a little bit of achiness or a little pinching here, maybe back off just a little bit, just to release your back. Okay, so we're here, our feet are hip width apart, hands are back on the belly. We're gonna take a breath into the belly first. One breath in, let your belly expand up. Exhale, pull the belly down, don't tip your pelvis. Okay, let's do that one more time. Inhale, and then exhale, pull the belly down, and hold the belly there. Okay, so now let's take our hands to our ribs. Breathe in, feel the ribs expand. Exhale, pull the belly down, up toward the rib cage, but don't move your pelvis. I want you to start feeling tightness going across the belly. So just continue doing that breathing technique just a few times, just to feel that connection that you're creating, feeling the ribs expanding sideways. And then exhaling. So we're keeping the abdominals on. We're keeping them pulled down. We're compressing all 4 layers of our abdominals to create this strength and to fire up that inner girdle. Excellent. Okay, and if you're not feeling it, it's okay. Just breathe. That's all we need you to do is breathe. Awesome. Okay, so now we're going to tip our lower back to the floor, but we're going to use our abs. We're not going to use our butt, okay? So lie down, or you are lying down. I'll lie down. Now as you exhale, I want you to very gently tip your lower back to the floor. So bum's loose. We don't use our bum to do this. We use our abdominals. And then center back to neutral. Okay, so as we exhale, very gently tip your lower back to the floor. So we're not jamming it. We're creating contraction in the abdominals. And then go back to neutral. So if I were standing, I would be doing this action. So my butt's still loose, but I'm using my abs and then shifting back to neutral. So now my bowl is where it should be. So I'm using my abdominals and then I'm going back to neutral. So again, this might be foreign to you because we would taught forever to tighten our butt, to put our back flat to the mat. But really think about engaging the core. So our 6-pack muscle, rectus abdominis, that runs up the front, its job is to literally only flex the trunk from the bottom or from the top. Okay, and then we have our obliques that run up the sides into the center, and their job is to flex the trunk too, and twist and bend and all that stuff. But right now we're just gently tipping, and then we're releasing. And because we have the abdominal muscles compressed, you want to make sure when you do this that when you tip, your belly doesn't pop up. Okay, we really want to engage and use our abdominal muscles to tip our lower back. So let's just do that 2 more times. Exhaling to very gently tip. And then inhale, release. Good morning, Ruby. And again, we're very gently tipping the pelvis. And then we're shifting back to neutral. So if you're not sure, place your triangle on your pelvis. Make sure you're back there. Okay? Now we're going to focus on our arms. So your arms are on the floor. As you breathe in, try to keep the backs of your arms touching the mat. You're going to slide your shoulders up. And then as you exhale, press your hands into the mat and slide your shoulder blades all the way down. And then again, inhale, bring them up. Exhale, slide them all the way down. And we'll do that one more time. And we're going to bring them all the way down. You're going to keep them there. Okay, now the neck, as you breathe in, drop chin to throat. Keep your head on the mat and then slowly release it. So we're going to drop the chin down and then slowly release it. A couple more times, drop down, slowly release. And last one, we're going to drop the chin down and then we're going to slowly release it. Excellent. Now, keep your pelvis in neutral. Keep your neck lengthened. And now, as you breathe in, slowly drop your left knee out to the side. Don't let your pelvis move. And then as you exhale, use your inner thigh muscles to pull that leg back in. So our abdominals now are stabilizing the body so that we can drop our knee out to the side without the pelvis shifting, and then activate your inner thighs to bring the leg back in. Let's do that 2 more times on the left. So you're going to gently drop out. Notice your pelvis is staying still. You should feel tightness across the belly. Exhale, pull that leg back in. And we'll do it one more time. Inhale to let the leg fall out. Exhale, pull the leg back in. Beautiful. Okay, now we're going to do the other side. So as we breathe in, the knee falls out. Exhale through the mouth. Pull the leg back in and pause. Good. Inhale out. Exhale in. Perfect. 2 more times. Inhale, let the leg fall out. Exhale, bring the leg back in. And last one, we're going to take that leg out and we're going to bring it back in. Perfect. Okay, so now we're in neutral. Place your hands on your legs. You're going to slide your hand up your leg as you lift your knee to bring it over top of your hip. And I want you to push your hands and knees together and you'll feel your core engage as well as the hip flexors. Okay, so once we've got the one leg up, do the same with the other leg. Good. Now, we don't want to drop the feet because that puts a lot of pressure on the hip flexors, on the abs, and it makes your legs super heavy. So bring your feet up in line with your knees. Okay, and now keep your arms nice and strong and push your hands and knees together to feel the core engage and the hip flexors. And then we release it. So again, push hands and knees together so the spine stays in neutral, it's not moving, and then release it. And again, push it in. We're also getting our arms warmed up. I love this exercise. And then again, just push hands and knees together. Beautiful. And then release. Let's do that one more time. Hands and knees together. Now keep the pressure. Bring the sides of your feet together. And now squeeze the legs together. And then release them. So exhale, squeeze the legs together, maintaining neutral. And one more time, squeeze the legs together. Awesome. Now, push hands and knees together, and your knees are going to win. Your lower back is going to very gently tip to the floor as your hands slide up to the top of the knees. You should feel a really great contraction in the belly, and then shift back to neutral. So exhale, hands and knees push together, but your knees win as your lower back tips, and your hands slide to the top of the knees, and then we release it back to neutral. I hope you're getting that. And again, exhale. Very gently tipping. So butt's completely loose. We're using those abs. Shift back to neutral one more time. Let's just bring it. We're tipping our lower back. Now we're going to leave our back here. Place your hands under your head. So sometimes I'll put my hands, intertwine them, or thumbs on ears, fingers behind the head to make like a little nest. Now, drop your chin down. As you exhale, lift up. Now the lift is coming from the bottom of the rib cage. This is where your abs begin. So if you're lifting with your chin, I want you to put one hand right between the rib cage here, right at the bottom where the xiphoid process is. Drop your head, make it heavy. Now push on that spot to lift your upper body. And then bring it back down. Push on that spot to lift your upper body and bring it back down. Now the other thing that we want to make sure we do is allow our eyes to follow the movement of the head. If you let your eyes dictate the movement, no matter how safe you are with your neck is going to end up hurting. Okay, so once you're lifted, hey Audrey, once you're lifted, I want you to look towards your legs, and then when you come back down, you're looking up at the ceiling. So as we exhale and lift, we're looking at our legs, and then we're going back down and looking at the ceiling. Okay, 2 more times. Let's lift up. Now we're firing that rectus abdominis from the top end. The bottom end's already contracted, and now we're getting it more at the top. Does that make sense? Now hold here. Can you bring your arms along at your side and just start to move them up and down? Keep looking at your legs. So this is called the hundreds. For those of you who do this with me regularly, straighten out those legs and bend your body, make it work. So we breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 30, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 40, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 50. If you need to, put one hand behind your head. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 60, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 70, inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 80, inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 90, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 100. Woo! Bring those knees into your chest. So I kind of snuck the hundreds in there. Hundreds is one of the classic Pilates exercises. And in fact, when Joseph Pilates used to do it, his legs were down here and he'd be pumping away. So just a pretty incredible guy. But could you feel the connection from both ends of your abdominals? Awesome. Okay, let's stretch the body out. Go from fingers to toes. Just reach it away, get a really wonderful stretch. Awesome. Bring the knee in and then roll your spine up. And we're going to come into a half roll back. Okay. I hope everyone's warmed up. If you're starting to go, wow, man, I'm really hot. We've got this little internal oven right in our belly. You see our core begins at the top of the neck and it goes to the tops of the thighs. Whatever you're creating is getting this heat. Good morning. Ruby wants to go out so bad. She doesn't understand that I'm not going to let her out. If you have a cat, you know that they think they're queen and king, and we are their servants. Okay, feet or knees are hip width apart, and we're sitting on our sits bones. Okay, from this position, as we exhale, we're going to very gently tip our lower back toward the mat, and then as we inhale, we're going to shift back up. So again, we're using our abdominals to tip the pelvis. This is called C-spine, this roundness in our back, and then we come back up to neutral. Let's do that again. As we exhale, we're going to very gently tip our lower back toward the floor. So we get this scoop in the belly and then come back up. We're going to do that one more time. And we're going to add the arms. So exhale and tip. Do you all have a tip here instead of a big pooch? So here's my pooched belly, but I'm going to scoop it. That's what we want. We want to go for the scoop. Okay. So now bring your arms up. Pull your shoulders down. Take a breath. As you exhale, roll back. As you breathe in, raise the arms up by your ears. Now from the ribs that we just warmed up, exhale and scoop. Imagine you're going over a ball. Bring your arms parallel to the floor. The head is between. As we breathe in, we stack our spine. As we exhale, we roll back. Inhale to raise the arms. Exhale, scoop and come all the way forward. Inhale, tall, shoulders down. Exhale to roll back. Inhale to raise the arms. Exhale, scoop and come all the way forward. Awesome. One more time. Inhale up, shoulders down. Exhale to roll back. Raise the arms and then exhale and come forward. Good. Now from here, we're going to roll back and we're going to open up and tap the back of the mat or tap the floor. Now use your abdominals, those obliques, to bring you back up again. Let's go to the other side. So we're going to roll back, reach back behind you, exhale, and roll back up. Okay? Inhale back, exhale up. Inhale back, exhale up. You got 4 more to go. Inhale back, reach, exhale to come up. Inhale back, exhale, use those abs 2 more times. Inhale back, exhale up. Awesome. Last one. And all the way up. Beautiful. Good job. All right. Come on over onto all fours. Now, any wrist issues? You can create fists with your hands. If you're using your yoga mat, you can fold it up and make a little ledge to create more of an angle on the wrists. Completely up to you, and make sure your fingers and thumbs are touching, okay? So, we want make sure that our wrists are under our shoulders and our knees are under our hips. And in this position, your hips, your front hip bone should almost be in alignment with the top one. Okay, so they're in alignment there, and our pelvis is in neutral again. So, knees are hip width apart. In this position, what I want you to do, keep your arms straight. You're going to drop your body down. So your shoulder blades are going to come together. Now I want you to push up. Don't round your back, just push up. And then push your hands out. And what I want you to feel is this connection around the underarm. So let's do that again. So shoulder blades come together. And now we push up and push out. So what we're doing is creating stability in our upper back. 2 more times. Drop down. Push up and out. Can you start to feel that? 1 more time down. Exhale up and push out. Okay? Awesome. Right. Now from here, as you exhale, I want you to pull your belly up. Feel the engagement. We're fighting gravity here. Now, take 1 foot out, curl your toes under. Walk forward. Take 1 foot out, curl your toes under, and push your heel to the back wall. So we got the hands pushing out. We got the belly pulled up. Push your heel back, and now bring the other leg up and hold. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Did you notice how strong you were? Excellent. Let's do 1 more because we've got the other side. So, push away, push your hands out, stabilize the shoulders, pull the belly up. Let's take the other leg out first. Push your heel, tighten up your leg. So we get push out, belly up, push the foot back, bring the other leg up, and hold. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees down, sit back, and get a stretch. Excellent work. All right, that got the fire in my belly going. Okay, so now we're going to go from neutral into cat stretch. So again, let's set up our back. Take a breath here. Now, as you go into cat, I want you to start from the belly. I don't want you to start from the butt. So we're going to start to pull the belly up, start to contract. From there, your head will follow. Take a breath in, and now release your tail, lower back, mid back, upper back, and then the head. So we're still got a nice strong back. Hold here while you breathe in. Exhale, belly comes up, tail will follow. Continue rounding and letting the crown of your head point to the earth. Take a breath. Exhale, release the tail, lower back, mid back, upper back, and the head. And again, take a breath in. As you exhale from the belly, start to round your spine all the way. Head will be the last to go. Breathe in to hold. Release, tail, lower back, mid back, upper back, and head. Excellent. Right on. Okay, let's come to sitting. So now we get to roll like a ball. This is another classic Pilates exercise. We'll do the prep first. Some people have a hard time rolling. This exercise is teaching us to articulate the spine, to move 1 vertebra at a time. So if you have any tightness in your lower back, you might find that you're a little clunky going down, and that's okay. Let's use the power of the breath to help us. So first thing we're going to do is grab the fronts of the legs and bring the legs up. Now if this is challenging for you, just take your hands and very gently grab behind the knees, okay? We want to squeeze those inner thighs together like we did in the warm-up, and we're sitting just off our sits bones. So now let's do that little tip again. As we exhale, we're going to tip the pelvis and then roll back up again. So as we exhale, we tip and then we roll back up. So we're engaging our core to tip our lower back, and then we're coming back up. 1 more time. So this might be enough for you. You might be very happy to do this. For the rest of us, we're going to tip, and we're going to continue tipping. Exhale, coming up back to balance if you can. So try not to use momentum. Try not to flick the legs. We tip the pelvis. We engage the core. We exhale and we roll back up again. Okay, so elbows are wide. We inhale. Exhale up. Again, inhale back. And exhale up. 2 more times. Inhale back. Exhale up. Last one. Beautiful. Good job. Now let's hold here. I want you to imagine there's a string attached to your sternum and it's pulling you upward. So now we're going to have our hands behind our legs. Tap down if you need to. And you can just bring one leg up and then release. Don't have a really crazy grip behind your leg because you're going to stop your hamstrings from moving. So I hold them very lightly, thumb on one side and fingers on the other side. And we do the other leg. Okay, so that's where you can be. Or you can be up here with me and straighten and bend. Now, if we were in a rounded spine right now, as soon as I lift my legs, I'm going to roll. So we want to keep that sternum lifted. I'm going to straighten and bend. Good. Let's straighten and bend. 2 more times. Abs are in. Exhale. Good. Okay. So here we go. Take a breath here. Exhale, roll down. 1 vertebra at a time. Inhale. Exhale, push your legs through the air and come back up to sitting. Okay? If you'd like a little bit more, legs are straight. Breathe in. Exhale, roll back. Inhale. Exhale, push the legs and come back up, bringing that sternum up. Awesome. 2 more times. Let's exhale, roll. So using your abdominal strength to put you down. Exhale, get gravity to help you out to come back up. Excellent. 1 more time. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale up. And release. Okay. So now we're going to come into single leg stretch. We're going to straighten out one leg, grab your other leg, and roll your spine down, but keep your shoulders off the floor. You're going to bring hands to either side of your knee. Now my back is flat to the mat. If your back is arched or you're pooching your belly, bring your leg up higher. This is where you'll do your work. I'm able to do my work down here, and some of you may even be able to work in neutral, and if you can, go for it, because I know some of you have worked with me quite a bit over the last few years, so go to neutral. But for those of you who are just joining me and you haven't done Pilates with me before, I encourage you to just have your pelvis tilted so that you have your abdominal strength to be able to create the work. Okay? So from this position, hands on either side of the knee. You should not be able to see your foot. As we exhale, we switch legs. So it's all about long and strong and a pause in between for the brain to get the work that we're doing. Shoulders are set. We've got 8 and 7. We've got 6, 5, 4 more, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Bring your knees in, hands behind the head. Okay, so we've got 3 options. Option 1, so let's all do the 3 options because it'll be good for us anyway. So the first option is your heels are lifted. Elbows are super wide for each option. We're going to lift one knee and we're going to come up and come towards it, but look down at your bottom elbow and then come back down, put your toes down. And go the other side and down. So our goal in this exercise is to get the twist in, no pressure on the neck, and to keep the pelvis very, very stabilized. Okay, so this would be your option 1. Good. Now, option 2, legs are up, legs stay together, and we twist up and down, and twist up and down. Keep the elbows really wide. Your action is coming from the waist, not about bringing the elbow to the knee. Option 3, leg lengthens and center. Leg lengthens and center. Leg lengthens, center, lengthens, center. 4 more. Lengthen if you want. And 3. Beautiful. And 2. And last time. Excellent. And then release. Whew. Stretch out those legs. Stretch out those arms. Beautiful. Nice stretch through the body. Awesome. All right. Grab one leg. Come up to sitting. Okay, so this is called the roll down or the roll up, depending on which end you're starting. We're going to start sitting up. Now in Pilates, we always have visualizations. So our visualization for this exercise is I want you to imagine there's straps going across your legs, holding your legs down onto the floor. And if you find that when we do this exercise, your legs want to lift, you can just place a book here, or you can place a ball, but I don't want you to tuck your feet underneath a couch, because if you do that, it's going to be all hip flexors, and we don't want that. We just want the weight. So take into consideration the lever length of your body. If you have a very long body and very short legs, this might be a very hard exercise for you to do because you don't have the strength in your legs to bring the upper body up. Okay, so just if you struggle with this exercise, think of all those things, and if you need to, just PM me and see what we can do. Okay, so straps across, feet are flexed, so toes up to the ceiling. We're sitting at our sits bones, arms are straight, pull your shoulders down, and now pull your belly in and reach past your toes. Okay, so I want you to imagine that you're reaching for something. Now we're going to articulate the spine, so we're going to start to roll back, and we're going to start rolling down only to your sacrum. Take a breath. So what we don't want is a big pooch like this of my belly. We've got to scoop it down lots. And now as you exhale, keep scooping, sit tall on your sit bones, and then continue reaching for whatever you're reaching for. We take a breath in. As we exhale, we start to roll back down again. Go a little further if you can. Exhale, scoop your belly and come up. Now the power of the breath is so important in this exercise. If you do not breathe out when you come up, your belly will pop up and you won't be able to come up. Okay? So now let's exhale. Good. So only go far down as you know you can come back up again. Exhale, scoop your belly up on your sits bones. Keep reaching forward. Good. Come back. I'm going to go all the way this time. If you cannot, please don't. Just do what you can do. My head's going to disappear. Arms over the head. We float the arms up. As we exhale, we engage. Scoop your belly. Nice and tall. Come forward past your toes if you can. See if I can get further here. Okay, and then we come back. We pull the shoulders down. We roll down one vertebra at a time. All the way. And we reach the arms back. Good. Inhale, float up. Shoulders down. Exhale, scoop that tummy. Nice and tall. And we reach all the way forward. And then we sit up straight. Awesome work. Fantastic. Okay, I need a drink. Cheers. Happy hump day. All right. So, knowing that our core is from the top of our neck to the tops of the thighs, we got to do some work in the back. So even though it has been working, now we're going to focus on the back. So we're going to lie down onto our stomach. I want your hands to be wide enough that when they're beside you, you're not all crunched up into your neck. Okay? I want you to roll your shoulders away and just have your hands flat on the floor and your elbows down as well. And then you're going to lift your knees and turn your toes and your feet outward. Now, our neck is in neutral, meaning we're not going to drop it down to the floor, and we're not going to lift it up ahead. Okay, and I know some of you are probably watching me from that position, but I'll try to be as verbal as I can be. And the reason for this, I want you to imagine that while you're in this position, you're standing. Okay? So while you're in this position, you're standing up. So now, is your neck in a place where you're looking forward? Is your neck in a position where you're looking up at the ceiling or down to the floor? So you can see we want to have our head in a neutral place. Okay? So it's not on the floor and it's not lifted. And if you have to lift to see me, just make sure you put it back when we start the exercise. Okay, so we're pulling the shoulders down, legs are turned out. As you exhale, pull your belly off the floor without tightening your butt. And then let it go into the floor. And then again, pull the belly up. So you can see we're activating our inner girdle. We're creating strength from within. And this muscle wraps all the way around and interconnects with your spine. So it's really good. As you get this neutral spine, you're going to actually start to strengthen the muscles in your back as well. Let's do that one more time. Now keep the belly pulled up. This time as you breathe in, I want you to pull your shoulders away from your ears and allow your spine to lengthen. Is your head in neutral? Take a breath, and then exhale, come back down again. Okay, so let's pull the belly up. Inhale, shoulders come away from the ears, and we lift. Breathe in to hold, and then we come back down again. So you should be feeling this in your mid-upper back. Okay, pull the shoulders away. Here we go. We're going to come up, and we're going to release. Okay, so make sure your knees and toes are turned out. We're going to come up higher if you can. So take a breath. Exhale, belly up. Inhale, slide the shoulders away, start to lift, and come all the way up. Now, if your elbows are out to the side, your shoulders are probably by your ears. So I want you to point the elbows down. And I've come off from the mat right down at my pubic bone. So that's where I'm going to start to roll my spine back down again. And my elbows are going to bend with the body moving. Okay? So exhale, belly up. As we inhale, start to rise. And then from here, we slowly go back down again. Head is in neutral. Exhale, belly up. Inhale, slide the shoulders away and rise. And then we come down. Awesome. Now, leave your hands where they are. And as you exhale, lift the legs. So now we're lifting the legs from the butt, not the lower back. Okay, we've got our belly up to support it. So we lower, exhale, lift. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. We're going to do that one more time. Lower, lift and hold. Now, keep the butt on, abs are on. Inhale, let the upper body come up, the legs will come down. Okay? Shoulders away from the ears. Now as we go down, the legs will lift. But we don't go down all the way. I want you to imagine that your body is in a rocking chair position, the bottom of the rocking chair. And now inhale, we go up, legs go down. Exhale, we reverse it. Inhale up, elbows down toward the floor. Good, nice, one more time. Inhale up, exhale down, and then release. Awesome. Hands beside the chest, push yourself up, and sit back towards your heels. So bring your knees in and then sit down and just stretch out your back. So in Pilates we call it shell stretch, in yoga we call it child's pose. So whichever you call it, that's where we're going. And we're just stretching out our spine. Big breath into your back. And one more time. And then release. Good. I don't know if you joined me yesterday for the booty burner, but man, my legs were tired last night. A good tired, but I know I worked them. So we're going to do a little bit more leg work today. So we're going to come down onto our side. You're going to take your arm long, and you're going to put your head down onto your arm. Excuse me. And then we're going to take our legs straight. Okay? Here, I'm just trying to stay in the picture. Okay. So shoulders are down, legs are nice and long. We need to have a little mouse house under our waist here. And this mouse house tells us that our pelvis is in neutral. If there's no mouse house, if your abdominals aren't tight, your hip is going to be higher than your other hip. So we need our hips to be equal. And the other way that you can figure that out is if your ankle bones are touching, unless you do have one leg shorter than the other, then you are in a neutral spine here. Okay, so shoulder away from the ear. We're going to lift the top leg, we're going to flex the foot, and we're going to bring the leg down. Inhale, lift, flex, and down. So we don't lift the leg too high. What we want to do is focus on the glutes, okay? And everything is nice and strong. So both legs are tight. Let's do 4 and lower, and 3 and down. 2, we're not going to do the whole series. One more time, hold. Now tighten up your bottom leg. Bring it up, lower it down. Bring it up, lower it down. So engage your inner thigh muscles to bring the leg up. Try not to let your toes point toward the other foot. And 4, and 3, good. Last 2, excellent. One more time. Good. Now, turn your bottom foot down so your toes are pointing to the floor, and turn your other foot up. And I'm going to move so you can see. So one foot down, the other foot is lifted up, okay? Now from this position, I don't know about you, but I feel my butt's on already. Legs are super, super tight. Shoulders set. We're going to pulse that foot. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Take it to the back. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. To the front for 4, 3, 2. To the back. 4, 3, 2. To the front. 4, 2. Back. 2. Singles. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh, hello. Here we go. Okay, here's a challenge for us. So, we're going to have, our top arm is very, very important. Or I'm sorry, our bottom arm. Our top arm goes up and then we lift our top leg. Now what we're going to do is we're going to lift the upper body and we're going to come up and we're going to slide, lift your other leg too, slide your back arm around so you come up into a sitting position. And then from here, we take that arm down and we roll back down again onto the floor. Yes, I call this a half boat or half teaser. So the leg lifts, okay, engage your core. Now start to lift your head and shoulders, lift the bottom leg and start to come up all the way into a teaser. The arm comes up, down, we slide it away. Let's do that one more time. We lift the legs, we slide the arm all the way up and hold and release. Excellent. Woo. All right. So you know that means we've got the other side to do. So I'm going to move this across so that we can be right here. Okay. So let's set up for success. We're down. You see my feet? I can't really see very well. Okay. Hang on. There we go. All right. So let's check to make sure. Got our little mouse house in there. Hips are stacked. Ankle bones are touching. Belly to spine. Ready? Inhale up, flex and lower, and lift, and down, lift, good, and down, nice and strong. This is a great way to sleek up the legs, get all those muscles working together, create balance, good, and 2, and last one, we're going to lift up and hold, okay? So now let's exhale, tighten up that bottom leg, lift it up, and lower it down. So we're pivoting on the hip. 2 and down. Let's lift 3 and 4 and 4. And the great thing about Pilates is we lengthen and strengthen at the same time. 3. So everything's working together. 2. One more time. Beautiful. Now turn your bottom foot, place it down. Turn your top foot, point it up. Abs are on. We got our butt on. We got our legs on. Ready? Here we go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, to the back. 8, 7, 4, 3, to the front. 4, 3, to the back. 4, 3, to the front. 2, back, 2, singles. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Okay, put that bottom leg down. Are you ready? We're going to lift our top arm. We're going to lift our bottom leg and our upper body, and we're going to come around, and we're going to sit up tall. Whew. Take that arm down, roll down, all the way. Excellent. Arm comes up, leg comes up, other leg, head. Here we go. Slide, 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 slide. All the way up. Oh, and we go back down again, all the way, reaching. Good. Arm comes up. Are we ready? One more time. Lift the legs, lift the arm, slide it. Oh, reach up and release. Whew. Good work. All right, we're going to end with the seal today. Seal is lots of fun. Well, I think it's fun. So what we do is we slide our arms through our legs and we hold on the outside because we want to be able to clap our feet like a seal. Okay, so wrap through, come on up to sitting. So this might be enough for you, and this is good because we're off our sits bones. Make those legs really heavy. Now if I were to take my arms out right now, my legs would be here. Okay, if I were to take my legs away, my arms would be here. So you can see everything's working together. Pull the shoulders down, tip your pelvis, here we go. And then roll up, and can you clap? Let's do it again. So we're gonna roll, exhale, roll up and clap. Now can you clap at the other end too? So we roll, see if you can get in 3 claps, and up for 3. And we roll. And we come back up. 2 more times. And up. Ooh, 1 more. And up. And clap. Excellent work. High five. Okay, last thing we gotta do is we're gonna bring hands to knees. We're gonna curl the toes under. Walk your hands back. Now, let's roll our spine up. And this is where we started. And I want to see, or I want you to see if you've created length in your spine. So let's put that wall back in front of us. Take a breath, drop the chin. As you exhale, start to roll your spine down. Let your head go. Let everything go. Engage. So the crown of your head is pointing down to the floor, to the earth. Okay? Now if you're unable to touch the floor, just make sure you're holding on to something. Excellent. Take a breath. And now as you exhale, roll your spine back up, 1 vertebra at a time. Let's come back to that neutral spine. So remember the bowl of water. It might be easier for you now to be with the bowl in a position where it's not spilling water forward or back. Okay, and then the ribs are over the hips. Excellent. Take a breath in. Pull the shoulders down. Exhale, lean over to one side. Come back up. Let's go to the other side. Come back up. Take a breath. Exhale, release. Beautiful job. Round of applause for you all. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a fantastic day. Be safe and take care. I'll see you tomorrow.